onto hands and knees and just find ourselves in a good strong position. So we have shoulders, just hands pushing away, shoulders pushing away from the ground a little bit. We have to check where the lower back is. So we might need to tilt that a little bit in each direction. We might need to wriggle a little bit left and right. And just find ourselves in a nice strong position and then let ourselves sink into the shoulders and then push the floor away from us. Sink into the shoulders without the elbows bending and push the floor away from us. And again, we'll do about 4 or 5 of these. If you want to do more, just hit pause. If it feels like your shoulders need a bit more of this. Last one, then we'll keep the shoulders steady and do the same for the head. So we'll let the head go down and pull it back. Find a spot that you're looking at. Head goes towards it. Head pulls as far away from it as we can towards it. And with this one, we'll try and keep the shoulders from moving. One more time. From there then we'll roll up, so the whole back rolls up. You can start this down at the bottom, so tipping the lower back, rolling through, pulling up, and then a good press through the hands. And then start it at the lower back and roll back out again. Try and find the spots in your back that are, there's always going to be at least one spot that's not as easy to roll. We'll try it from the head first this time, so tuck in the chin, press through the arms, through the shoulders, let it roll down your back, down to the tailbone, and tuck that towards the legs or towards the floor. And then head first, shoulder second, middle, and roll out the hips. And then maybe the spot that you find is tightest, so somewhere in the middle often, and go from there. So try and move from that bit. Maybe you have a bit of pain somewhere along there, or a bit of tightness that you felt. Roll from there, at least try to. Make our way up. Push the hands into the floor again when we get to the top. And then again, roll out from there. So we try and open up from the middle of the body. Depends on where your tight spot was. Maybe it was up at the shoulders, that's fine. You can go from there. And we'll do one more of those. So wherever you want to roll from, find the spot you want to start. Usually try and do the most difficult point first. And then the rest of the back might move relatively well. Breath in at the top. Try to expand out into the sides of the ribs. Always breathing in through the nose. Rolling back out. Lengthening back out. And finishing up in our straight line. Straight line will have a little bit of a dip, a little bit of a hollow in the lower back. Now I'll just get you to check that before we do the next bit, because if you have your back rounded here, it's going to get very difficult to do the next twist. So you want to feel a little hollow in the lower back. Keep one hand on the floor and we'll twist. And again, we've done these in the videos over the last few weeks in a forward hinge position, twisting through, turning the head to follow that, and pushing the floor away with your hand and shoulder, so this shoulder twists you open when you've got your hand on the floor, a little less so when you haven't got your hand on the floor and you're doing these up in the air. And back in. From there we'll twist sideways, so everything to one side. You're going to squeeze in as much as we can here, twist to the side, and then to the other side. So essentially wriggling. Keep the head sideways, so you're looking down, nose to floor. One more. And then we'll do the same for the shoulders. One up, one down. So just wriggling through the shoulders. And you can roll them a little bit as well. If you find somewhere that just needs a bit of movement. And then the same for the head. A couple of twists. And then sitting back, arms reaching out to the front. You can also put these up on a height, but just in front and as far back as we can. Take a couple of breaths in and out there. And then drop the elbows down to the ground if they're not already on the ground. And tap towards shoulders. And then roll back up. So as we're going backwards, pull the stomach muscles in and just curl the spine back up so that movement comes from your spine rather than from your just pushing away with the hands on the floor. And then we'll just do a couple of minutes of awareness to our breathing. So find a way to comfortably sit. Again, grab your towel or little cushion or something like that to sit on if that's more comfortable. And we'll just straighten up. You can sit against something, the wall if you prefer. Straighten up through the neck and back, so you'll see me wandering off eyes wise up to above the camera level. So we're looking up straight ahead. And we're just going to make ourselves aware of our breathing. You can put your hands here if you've got a little bit of a scarf or an old pair of tights that you can wrap around your middle that you can breathe into so you feel the expansion, or if a TheraBand will work, a flex band will work as well. Feel the expansion through the ribs, right down to the bottom of the ribs, and the bottom of the ribs are down here. So expand into here and then in through the nose, and then you can breathe out through the nose or mouth if you prefer, either one. Squeeze in from the stomach muscles into the sides, and hopefully we've stretched out whatever might have been tight there if we started off with some tightness in our back, and then back out. Now what I'll try and get you to do is count in for about 5 for your breath in. So in, hold, and then about 7 seconds for your breath out. Little less in than out. Try and squeeze all the air out. It's the one way we can calm our nervous system down, is by breathing out longer than in. If you feel lightheaded, just start breathing normally and try it again as soon as you feel okay. So don't let yourself get lightheaded. So try this in your own time. Maybe do this once the video is finished. Maybe have something relaxing on in the background. But try and do a few minutes of breathing every day. It's important just to feel where our lungs are, whether you do this sitting in a car or a chair or lying in bed, whatever it is, or sitting outside if you can, maybe with the sun on your face. So something where you're allowing yourself just to settle down and to bring down the nervous system activity a little bit. So if we're always breathing at such a high rate, or we're stressed, or we're tense, we're breathing up here, it causes a lot of stuff inside our body where our nervous system just is operating at a very high level, and it doesn't like that in the long term. So trying to bring it down by breathing out longer. So if you find yourself a bit anxious or just stressed before you go to bed or even during the day, breath in, expand out into the sides of the ribs, expand forwards, expand backwards. So if you're sitting against something, if you have your hand against your back, and then a long breath out. Little pause between your breath in and out. Normal enough breath in, so nothing too long or extra, and then a long breath out again. And you should find that within a few minutes of doing that, you start to feel a little bit calmer, and you can either go to sleep or get on with the rest of your day.